Hello and welcome to this episode of Leadership Conversations on behalf of Women Automotive Network. I'm your host today. My name is Micha Goebig. I am a confidence and leadership coach for women in male-dominated industries, as well as the owner of a bilingual communications agency for German car makers and the supplier industry. Today, I am very excited to talk to Roberta Avelino. She's a methods engineer at Audi Brussels, and she is a mentor in the Women Automotive Mentorship Program. Thanks for being with us today, Roberta. Would you start by telling our audience a little more about yourself?
Okay. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here. I really feel delighted to be part of the mentoring program. It was the first time that I was at a mentor, and I, after having many mentors in my life, and really saw the the difference that I did and the transformation that I passed. I said, well, now I have the work to also accelerate other people and also share everything that I have experienced. And in the beginning, I was scared, but in the end, I really had a really good outcome. The mentee really succeed, and I was so happy and empowered because a mentoring process is not one letter, but it's bilateral. So you give, but you also take a lot. So I'm super happy to be here and share about it because it was really transformation for me.
Wonderful. So we are going to dive into that in a minute. But what I would like to know first is how you got involved with Women Automotive Network. How did you find the group? How did it develop?
Yeah, so I'm an industrial engineer. I work for Audi. I know that Women Automotive, they have a partnership with Audi, and then our HR department, they told us that we could have this opportunity, the Women's Network inside the company, to develop ourselves, but also to meet up other wonderful women and inspiring people from the field. And that's how I got involved. And I really enjoy all the content and everything that was shared with the big leaders of the market. I was like, oh my God, it's so exciting. And and when I saw the opportunity to be a mentor, I said, well, this is the time, and I want to really bring up also to the community of a woman network in automotive what I got, but also to be part of this movement.
Yeah. And we love that you are. And I know that we've talked before, and I know that you are very passionate about all topics DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. And you have lived in 5 countries, you speak 5 languages, and you've worked for 7 companies, and you're not even 30 yet. I mean, this is so impressive. So I'm not surprised that you are passionate about DEI, but how did you become an advocate?
So I am Brazilian. I did my studies in France in industrial engineering. So I think that's the fact when you live abroad, you start developing this empathy, let's say, because you're confronted with a new culture, new language, new way of being, and then you need to redefine what is correct for you. And then with this diversity, sometimes I felt that I need to adapt myself, and somehow you also lose yourself when you starting like navigating for so many cultures and countries, let's say. But one thing that I found generally important is to stick to your values. So in this journey, this was something that it was primordial for me, like find my values and then how I need how I act with my values and find out my gifts and how I could show up with my gifts. So this was something that I learned in a mentoring process, and it was also something that I try to bring up to my mentee when we are together, because I truly believe that everybody has something special, and then we need to find out what makes us us, and then we need to bring this to serve our community, our workplace, because it's there that you can help the most.
Wonderful. And I think, yeah, your values, your gift, your actually, yeah, let's call it superpower. Your superpower of empathy and sharing your experiences, wanting to help someone else. That's at the core of mentorship, isn't it? So
Yeah.
let's dive a little deeper there and look at your engagement as a mentor in the Women Automotive program. And let's talk a little bit about how the mentoring journey went for you and your recent mentee, and how did you go about it?
Okay, so first everything started in the personal preparation, where I try to really reflect in everything that I have experienced and the things that worked for me, and then few tools that I could put to my mentee that she could take advantage of. And then I try to really envision how it would be our journey. Of course, we always adapt, but I wanted to start by getting to know her objectives. So we set two objectives, one personal and one professional. And then based on that, and also getting to know her, I adapt or say, okay, this would be good, this would not would be good. And then I started sharing a little bit what I experienced, and I also share everything that I saw in leadership programs and other things that I have seen. And then, like every session that we had, I we had like homework, let's say, like tests that you need to do until the next session, because I also think that we should be committed and having this yeah, like activities, because okay, it's not just talking but also acting,
Right. Right. I love
So,
that. I love that. So there is a bit of a plan, but it has to adapt as you go through the process. Basically, it's based on her goals. I like that, one personal, one professional. And then, but there's also commitment on both sides and the homework piece. Yeah. Maybe can you share a little bit, like for one goal, what you did? Let's say one goal she had and homework you gave her, or what your conversation was?
okay,
Just an
so
example.
actually she would like to have a better overview. So in the professional level, she would like to have a better overview of the management, because she
Mm-hmm.
was in a technical field, and she would like to see, okay, how the business work. And then one of the tips that I gave to her, it was one of the activities, let's say, I said, okay, who is doing what you would like to do? So who
Mm-hmm.
are the managers? And then I said, yeah, go to talk to them. Talk, say what you admire about them. And then, everybody likes to talk about themselves. And then if you show recognition,
Yeah.
and then you said, I'm in a mentoring program, I'm willing to develop myself, would you mind to take a coffee with me and share a little bit of your journey? And
Mm-hmm.
like nobody will say no to you. So this was really good advice, and she got in contact with two people of her company, and she also interviewed her mom, that was her whole model. So I found this super good. And
Yeah.
yeah, because my mom is also my whole model, so I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, it's so nice. And I was surprised as well, because she came, and then she said, yeah, I said that I admired this on the person. And then it was really, because every time that you talk to someone, it's really different points of view. And also the fact that she was sharing what the person told to her, I was also learning. I was like, oh, okay, I never thought about this. So it was also
Yeah.
interesting for me.
That is so good advice you gave her, because yeah, people like to talk about themselves and what they do, and if they're passionate about their job, then even more so. So asking people, and the worst they can say is no, right? And they usually don't.
And the no you already have, right?
Yeah, and it's already come out. You said it twice that you learned a lot of things too. So what I would like to know, as you worked with your mentee on these goals, what were insights the two of you really got? I mean, I don't know how much you can talk for her, but insights you gained as she accomplished her goals.
So sometimes we are really theoretical. You know, I like to read about self-development. I do a lot of courses. And then sometimes you have many tools and you don't apply the tools. So this is something that it happens to everybody. And then because we are like I was giving her activities and all the best that I have learned, you know. And then she was applying and she was having instant results. And I was really like, oh my God, sometimes even me, I don't apply it. And she's applying, she has so much results, I need to do it as well, you know, because it's like it's leading by example. I just share what it worked. And then sometimes you also, because you are doing this and sometimes you forget or you don't give the same power, you know, to the thing, but actually little things that you do in little activities that you do in a constant way really leads you to an incredible place, an incredible transformation. You know, you cannot change yourself from one day to another. You need to do it in homeopathic doses, but in the direction of your dream. And then I think this is the most important thing, that she showed me that when you apply the good tools, you can get it and you can have a quick results. And I was really surprised as well. I was like, yes, oh my God, this is so good. I need to come back to do it, or I need to do it more intentionally. So it was really nice.
That is wonderful. I love that. So I would think after all we've talked about, you're up to continue mentoring, aren't you?
Yes. So now I have my second mentee in a Women Automotive, and we started our journey last week. So it was really nice, and then we had the first chat, they get to know each other, the goals, and it's really nice because each time it's like, of course, different goals, and somehow I feel connected because we always have similar challenges, and then when I'm confronted, I was like, okay, now this is good. I will try this out. I will try this out. So it always brings so much good energy. I feel really empowered. After the session, I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. And she was also so grateful as well. I was like, thank you. I'm really looking forward to our next session.
That is really a thing that my current mentee, she asked me, so what's in it for you? And I think I gave an answer very similar to what you just said. I enjoy the energy. I enjoy giving back what I have learned. And you always learn something as the mentor too. That is so beautiful. Yes. Speaking about learning, this is also inspiring. So I would like to know who inspired you. Do you have women who are your role models, like professionally or just generally?
Well, all women inspire me, and especially because of that, I launch in my Instagram like lives with women that I admire, so women who inspire me. And then, you know, each story really touched my heart, and I think that I am the woman that I'm today because of this patchwork of their stories that define also who I am. And I'm also part of the patchwork of the stories, and probably that now we are connected even here. You are part of my story, I'm part of, so I really I really believe that we that I everybody has their superpower and they need to show up with this power. Um, but if I would say two women that really inspire me, well, one in a professional level is Hildegard from Audi, the head of sales and marketing. For me,
Hildegard, you talk about Hildegard Wortmann?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is amazing and she's so authentic, courageous. She is the only woman in the board of Audi. And you know, like representation matters. I really believe on that. And the fact that she's there and she's advocating for other women, she developed the LLXI, which is like a program to learn, to develop, and also with inclusion. And she really, well, I don't know her face to face, but everything that she writes on her LinkedIn and also the interaction that I had with her there, it was really profound for me. And I really said, wow, she's so courageous. She really, she really inspired me, and she shows that it's possible women occupying these places, you know, despite there's a male environment.
Yeah.
For me,
I love that.
Really important. And in my personal level, my mom, she's really strong, and she always teach me to be generous and take my studies really seriously. So she was an example. She was working so hard every day, like, and then she was studying in the evening. And then, like, I think that's you know, this resilience. And when you have a goal, you go for it, and without forgetting that everybody has a place in the sun, let's say, and you don't need to do bad things to other people to reach another level. You can go your own pace and be generous, and also helping people to lift up. It was something that she taught me, and I really take this to my journey. And well, not by coincidence, I'm here in the program of mentoring, trying also to lift up other women. And I think it comes from my mom, because she always take me to volunteering works, and cares about the community, cares about people. Of course, it's not just care about the people, don't care about yourself, but it's like be part of something, belonging. So I think that's it's something that I take to myself, and she really inspires me.
Definitely. Big shout out to Roberta's mom. She must be an amazing woman. She sounds like an amazing woman, and she raised an amazing daughter. This was already such a great conversation. I'm very sorry that we're coming to the end of it. I could talk with you for hours. You are already part of my story too. But let's round it off and look at what advice you would give to young women who are thinking about a career in the automotive industry, either engineers like yourself or also women who are non-tech.
Well, I think nowadays more than ever with the ESGs, so the companies, they are becoming more aware of the environmental, of the social part, of the governance, bringing more transparency. And I think we need to lead with more empathy, let's say, and also thinking about the collective, thinking about the people. And we are having so much challenge, like the sustainability, for example, and we need more people and more innovative, more diverse thinkers, and through the big companies, but everywhere, because we all need people. So NGOs, startups, companies, and especially with the challenge that automotive field are facing, let's say, we need to really tackle STEAM careers as like a game changers, as people who really will have a big impact So like science is fun, engineering is fun. Like I think we had the stereotypes in the past that it was just about making calculations. It's about, but
Yeah.
I think
Dry and boring, and it's not true. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not true. And then I think that what we need to bring up to the girls and all with the young generations, how how the STEAM careers can make a big impact. And we need everybody to make part of this change. We have no planet B, We need to act now, and we need to really have the best people on board. And that's why it's so important to have passionate people and people who really follow what they call that they have internally. So really break the bias and join us in this mission. And yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope many young girls, young women will follow this call to action. And in one word, what would you say is the big opportunity for women in automotive right now?
Sustainability.
Yeah.
You told me one word. I'm trying to be German. I'm Brazilian. I could say many words.
Of course. I'm German. I could say many words too. But maybe
no,
I'm
just I'm making a joke with the stereotypes.
Yep. Very good. So my last question is, thinking back when you were still in school, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self today?
Wow, good question. I think I would say you would doubt yourself many times, but remember that you're not alone. So ask for help. And if you have a dream, you need to really work in direction of that dream every day. You're gonna face a lot of resistance. People close to you, maybe they will be not encouraging you. But if it's something that comes from your heart, just keep going. And each day that you do one step, and like each day will not be equal, but you need to work at least 1% or a little bit each day in the direction of your dreams, and then you're gonna achieve great things. And when you're gonna look back, you're gonna see how far you have become, and you're gonna inspire many people like this.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, Roberta. It was great talking to you. You are an extremely inspiring leader. And for everybody watching this, follow your dreams. And if you need help, you know where to find the Women Automotive Network, right? Thanks so much, and see you next time.
Thank you.